so I guess most of you would have watched the latest video from MadlookzVFX about Silhouette 2026, and one of the best update I felt was the new point tracker ML. So I'm gonna test it out, point track ML, in this video. I have 10 shots here. Let me show you all the shots one by one. There we go. It's an easy shot, I feel, but sometimes point trackers struggles over this kind of shots. Go to the second shot. This can be an easy tracking shot. Let's see the third shot. This is going to be a very tricky shot because I'm gonna track this area and see if the tracker stays there. Shot number 4. Let's try to track this shuttlecock. Shot number 5. Very challenging one. There is a defocus animation. Also, because of the parallax, building is not visible in the first frames. So let's see how it goes. Shot number 6. Let's try to track this pen, which is moving very fast. Shot number 7. Let's try to track her earrings or something. Shot number 8. Very aggressive lighting changes in this shot, and hope this is going to be a very challenging task for the new point track ML. Shot number 9 is going to be very challenging. It's sRGB. I'm gonna try tracking this edge and see if it works. Shot number 10 and the final one. Let's try to track this eye or maybe this dot and see how it goes. So yeah, these all are the 10 shots which I'm exploring today, and let's go to shot number 1. First of all, if you don't know where to find point track ML inside Roto Node, if you come over here, select tracker, and as usual you have a lot of tracking options here. So inside point tracker, you guys used to use classic one, which is like the default point tracker in most compositing applications, and I guess you already know what all these properties are, so I'm gonna straight away explain point track ML. Some of these options are hidden when we choose point track ML. The options which we have right over here is we can choose what's the accuracy level which we want for the tracker to perform. It's better to keep high. I already made a tutorial about this option, so this is fine. Also, you might have noticed that if you choose classic, you have all these options available to adjust, but inside point track ML you don't have any of this option to adjust. That's because this uses machine learning model to calculate. Without further wasting time, let's go ahead and track this footage. Again, it's the same shortcut. You can use Alt. Maybe I'm gonna track this edge. You can just simply click on track forward. It will load the ML model, hopefully within few seconds. Yes, the model is loaded, and yeah, there we go. The tracking is going this side. So I'm gonna name this as ML, and let's go to classic one. Let's draw a track over there. I'm gonna try tracking. You can see the difference. Maybe I'm gonna change the color. So the ML track, sticks right over the edge, but you can see the classic tracker failed here, which is understandable because of all the reflections of clouds and color changes in the sky. Here, point track ML is definitely useful. Let's go into the next footage. Alright, so I'm gonna choose this point. So let's go into the properties, and maybe let's try classic first this time. So let's track this point and see how it goes. As I sensed, the tracker deflected from the point where we tracked. Definitely it's not useful. This is classic. Just renaming this as C, and let's take point track ML, keep this as red, hide this, and let's insert a point track here. So this is the ML track. I'm gonna keep this track as visible. So let's take ML, let's track ahead. Obviously, I'm not sure if this is 100% accurate, but you can see the tracker just continued the tracking without reflecting to anywhere else, which helps most of the times. I would say here ML is not that perfect. It really worked. Let's go into footage number 3. This footage is going to be a bit tricky. Keep the color space as sRGB. First, let's go to frame number 1. Take tracker. Maybe I'm gonna track this area. Let's track ahead. So this is point track ML. I'm gonna rename this as ML. Tracking ahead. So as you can see, it didn't deflected from the area where we tracked. Obviously, it's not that perfect when the character occludes the area, but of course, if you are doing some work over here, you don't have to worry what's happening besides this, behind this character. But as soon as the tower is visible, you can see the tracker come back and sits again in the exact space, which is really helpful. This is not 100%, but way better than the point track. But let's try and see. I'm gonna hide this one, go to first frame. I'm gonna keep a point track over here, very much similar to that one, and let's choose classic. Let's do tracking. Gone. So this is the classic one, and let me keep that as red. You can see the difference, right? Definitely we can just rework a little bit on this tracker and use that for your work. Again, point track ML1. Let's go to the footage number 4. Rec 709 is the color space for this one. Start tracking from here, maybe frame number 75 tracker. So yeah, let's try classic and see. Maybe search area a little bit further. Let's try tracking. It failed. Again, trying this side. stop it. The object is here, but the tracker slipped away. So I would say it's not that great. Let's go to frame number 75 and let's rename this as classic red. Hide this, create a new tracker here. I'm gonna keep the size a little bit reduced for this tracker to see how it works. Maybe the search area as well. You can see the search area is very large for the other one. Increase a little bit. Let's try tracking this one. Oh, it failed. First time I'm seeing it failed, so let's track forward. It failed. For this shot, it struggled. Maybe because of the color changes, or I don't know, maybe because of the fast motion. I'm just experimenting it, so if you guys know if there are some tips this kind of situations, please comment it down. I will be more than happy to learn from there. So let's move on to the next footage. Again, this is going to be a very tricky footage. Let's track something over here. Maybe this white object. I'm in the last frame. Tracker, here it's classic. Obviously you can adjust these properties a little bit, but I'm just keeping this as default, and let's try tracking. I'm sure these areas will be great. Yeah, I can see it's struggling. Gone. So this is classic. Try machine learning one. Let's keep this like this, and this is ML. Keep this as red. Let's try tracking. Select the tracker. Let's track backward. So in this shot you can see the results are pretty much similar between both the tracks. Footage number 6. There we go. So here what I'm gonna do is let's track this edge. Let's go to tracker. Let me try point track ML first. All the settings are very much similar. Let's track backward. Wow, this is really awesome. I think it nailed it. I'm not gonna judge here. Let's do the other tracking method. Renaming it ML. Let's keep this as red. Okay, I'm gonna keep a new tracker here, and let's keep this as classic. Track backward. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on. Initially it was, very much similar, but at one point it couldn't sustain the fast motion and it slips. So here I would say ML track 1. So let's move on to the next one. Footage number 7. This is going to be really tricky. I'm just trying to understand if the ML tracking understands about the anatomy of a character. So here I can see the earring, which I'm sure this shot is going to be very challenging for the tracker. So let's try. I'm gonna try point track ML. Everything looks okay to me. Let's do tracking. Wow, that's so surprising for me because it's really great actually. Even the subject is in full motion blur, but it was able to somehow manage the tracking. Yeah, at last it failed, but yeah, I'm really surprised to see this result. Let's try the classic method. So I'm gonna rename this as ML, create a new point tracker. Let's track this side. Oh, sorry about that. Go to frame number 20, keep this as classic, track. I can see it failed here, but let's try tracking backward as well. Honestly, you can see the difference here. This is such a challenging shot, but you can see the ML tracking is so much better than, it's not so much better, it's almost accurate. So this is really awesome. Let's move on to the next footage. I'm almost sure that both of the tracks will fail in this footage because of the lighting changes, because in this frame you can see there is nothing visible. So let's go to the last frame, track one of this marker tracker. So I'm gonna try classic first. Let's track this one. You can see it failed. Obviously it is somewhere else right now. I don't know what it was tracking, but it failed miserably. Name this as classic, and let's keep this as red. Create a new point tracker. This time I'm gonna keep this as ML. Let's track this one. OMG, you can see this is really awesome. Obviously I can see the graph here is not that smooth. It's so surprising for me that it kept on tracking onto that same marker even though the footage is completely washed out because of the lighting changes. Yeah, this is really awesome. You can see the other tracker here, which obviously moved to somewhere else. Let's move on to the next one. This is going to be another challenging shot for ML tracking. So let's go to the tracker. I'm gonna try classic first. Track. Obviously because of the lighting changes and even the fire is in the FG, which messed up the tracker. Rename this. Let's go to the first frame. I don't know which frame I tracked that, but I'm gonna try tracking in the first frame. This is ML. Let's track. Yep, so in this shot both the track failed, and it's not a big surprise because the footage is really messy. So let's go to the footage number 10. Let's try to track something in this name board. Maybe go to the last frame and let's try to track this small circle here. Tracker, keeping classic as my first method. Let's rename this, maybe red color, to see what's happening. Let's track. You can see it failed over here. Yep, so you can see here when the cap came in the foreground, the track slipped. So let's go to the last frame, create a new point tracker here. Renaming this as ML. Let's track. Before that, I'm gonna switch to point track ML. Let's do track. To an extent, both of the track looked very much similar. From this point, you can see both tracks are struggling, but the point tracker just shifted away from the tracking zone. But as soon as circle came visible, our ML tracker became more accurate. When the visibility was low, it again slipped. Obviously, in this circumstance, it failed, I would say. I hope these experiments help you to understand which all are the circumstances where we can use ML tracking. In my point of view, I'm not gonna use the classic point tracker anymore. I guess so. Point track ML is going to be the new norm. Comment down your thoughts about this video. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Thank you for watching.